Welcome back to the Tiny Room Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about G.I. Joe classified reveals from Hasbro. Kind of a mystery reveal, some out of the blue, nowhere reveal, but most of it is retro. We do have a new Destro and a vehicle. I have a price point on that people are saying it's going to cost, which makes sense, which I believe it's correct, but I don't have proof of that. Anyway, we're going to get into talking about this, and then every time there's a classified reveal, I don't know if it has anything to do with anything, but it seems like BBTS put Super 7 stuff on sale. So I'm going to show a couple things from this. I mean, it's really low prices, and I figure I'd give you a heads up on that, and then we'll get into classified stuff coming up. All right, so there's like a 7-inch. This is a reaction Unicron, but $16 for the Unicron's a good deal. I got mine on sale for $23 and thought that was a good deal. But yeah, Unicron, $16, a lot of fun if you are in on that. And then we've got some not classified, Ultimates, G.I. Joe Ultimates here with Cobra Bat, $13.75. Now I ordered three more of these, because I like a little army of bats. I missed out on them when they were $11 at Entertainment Earth. This still isn't as cheap as Entertainment Earth's, like $10.88, but $13.75 for this figure is awesome, and I do like this one better than the classified, although the classified one is really good. I just like the toon look of this better, so good deal right there. Also, the Storm Shadow, it says it's a camo version, sort of trying to look like a version 2 in a way, but still just the version 1 body and no hood, and it's still cool. It's really cool. It's ice cold at $16.50. All right, so we got Iron Grenadiers, Destro. So if you want more of the Super 7 stuff, just go to BBTS, check it out. But yeah, Iron Grenadier, Destro, and he looks really good, and I like it. I didn't really think I wanted a new Destro or needed the new Destro, but I knew if they came out with this one, I'd be very excited for it. Now he is going to have, I guess, 2 different head portraits, and he's got this weird looking shield, and of course he does have his sword with the sword sheath. The vintage toy had the sword in the sheath, so it just was a decorative piece, not a real sword you could do anything with, but we all as kids did stuff with it. And then he has a removable gun there. Someone said it was a 6-shooter, and then there's a sword, a big sword. Lots of fun stuff going on here, and I bet you that small sword in the shield actually gets removed. It's removable. I do think the figure looks great. Fantastic job. So this is Destro's Despoiler, which I think that the demon, which works with the Despoiler, that is one of the coolest things that they ever came up. The G.I. Joe team came up with. It is awesome. It is awesome. But I doubt we'll ever get the demon. But this is cool to get this, and I kind of feel like, so before I get to pricing, kind of feel like this feels like about the same size as a claw. The claw. So I feel like it's about that size. But it looks fantastic. I mean, if you want it retro, it's retro enough. If you want a modern flair on it, it's got the modern flair. It's not too modern of a flair. It's not exactly 100% retro. But I mean, I think they walk that line really well now. I think they found almost the exact mix of retro and modernization, and it's perfect. It satisfies both groups, I believe. I just can't imagine doing anything different with this. I just can't imagine anything different. And the integration with something else, like a demon or something, would be fun. But I don't know if I'd want a demon that big. The vintage demon's already, in my opinion, a little bit too big for display in my area, so I don't know what I would do with a classified one, but yeah, this spoiler is great. Now we get into price. Let's get to the next picture to show everything that comes with it. Obviously, all these different missiles and bombs and stuff come with it. I heard it was going to be $60. Now we had the claw, and all of those smaller ones were like $55 price point. I think that is the Trouble Bubble and all that. I think that makes a lot of sense. But this might have a little more to it than those. But I think it's actually about exactly the same. But but the world and the pricing and all that, they're going to juice us for $5 more. So 60 is great. If it comes out like 85, I think that is a bridge too far for most people. I do believe 60 is a sweet spot that they'll sell enough. It's going to be no one knows if it's going to be a fan channel exclusive. It's going to be one of those Pulse only exclusives. I have a feeling it's going to have a widespread distribution, but at the same time, you got to stop and think though. It's not like it's a troop builder thing. It's a one and done. It's not like people would want 6 Despoilers like they would want 6 Claws or 6 of the Ferrets or something. So yeah, getting into even with the Dreadnought cycle, the Swamp Skier, people are going to want 5 Swamp Skiers. Those people are going to be out there, but not 6 Despoilers. Okay, now we're going to get into Grunt here. So this is kind of strange that William Graves Grunt, that they're going to do this on a retro card, but it's okay. I don't have a problem with it at all because it's decent figure. I feel like it's very similar to what we just got with kind of the generic green trooper, and I thought that was on a retro card too, but I don't know if I ever picked one of those up. But anyhow, my favorite part is the retro card, and the previous Grunt they put out was during the dark times, the times where you couldn't see your figure in the package. And I'm not gonna lie, unless it's a really high profile figure, I don't remember if I even have this or not. I would have to go find the number and go look through my shelf, because I don't open up all my classifieds. Amazon's got the previous Grunt figure listed at 50. You can't really go by that. I'm sure someone on eBay's got one cheaper than that. But I do like I hate the classified retro version. I like it more than the previous one from this picture. But then again, I have no interaction with this figure outside the package. And since I don't know what it really looks like, I just look at a picture, which I don't even know if it's a figure or a render or whatever. But yeah, this was the dark time. Now we actually get to see our figure. So that's nice. Now we've got the Techno Viper. He's a whole lot of fun at the club, the techno music. And okay, never mind. I don't see that it looks that much different than the previous one, but I'm sure it does. I think that it looks good. Do I want one on a retro card? Yes. It's a troop builder. Anytime you put a troop builder back out on a retro card, I think it's a great thing, and people are going to get it. And the thing about the retro line, it's kind of like the Star Wars Archive. You don't really have to buy any of them if you've already got them. But I actually prefer the retro cards. I would prefer to wait and not buy the first one. And when we get to the next figure, I'm going to go into a little bit of it's not a rant, but it is a rant. But I like the way this looks. I like the purple everything. In hand, the actual figure is probably going to look a lot closer to the vintage colors. This is pretty close, but I think it's going to be even closer when we get it in hand. And what more can you say about a figure that we already have, right? All right. Now, a figure that this is a figure a lot of people still don't have. Not everybody has a Dragonfly. Not everybody has the HasLab. And let's just say this. I've been talking about this for a long time. I've been saying that we should expect to get the retro Wild Weasel. Not Wild. We expect that too. Wild Bill. Sorry, Wild Bill. But I'm surprised we didn't see a Wild Weasel in the retro card back, but the people would love that. Same concept. Now, if you number the figures that are in HasLab, you make all these people that are anal retentive about one every single number and have to have a completist and all that kind of stuff have to buy the HasLabs. And I did buy HasLabs, but I've sold almost all my HasLabs off, so I don't have a Wild Bill anymore because I knew this was coming in my gut. And there's another figure I have in my gut that I know is coming, so I'll share that here in a bit. But I don't need to have every number because I've sold my HasLabs off. I've got huge gaping holes, so I don't have to have it all. So I can skip a lot of figures and not even care because of the fact that they started this whole numbering with HasLab, and now that I've sold off my HasLabs, I don't have those figures, and henceforth, I don't care about missing out on them. Now, they don't number the retro card backs, which is nice, and with that, I probably will get one of these to open and one to keep sealed. That's how much I like this release. And I think a lot of people are there with me, except for those that are probably mad. They're like, that's the only reason I bought the HasLab. And, well, I guess the people with the Wild Weasels are still happy. I'm a little surprised we did not see Snow Job as this, but here's what I think. I think that when the release, so to coordinate with the release of the Snowcat HasLab, that this will come up as either a pre-order or in stock or something like that. You'll be able to order it in that time frame. Like, while people are real excited that the Snowcat's dropping, then there's going to be Snow Job and a few others that are snow characters all coming all at once, and retro and all that. I think that's what's going to happen, because I mean, they already did it with the Snow Serpent, and same situation where this figure was released during the dark times where you couldn't see your figure, and it is what it is. I would prefer a more retro looking version, even though this was a great figure. I would prefer a more retro one. And with that, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting me a retro version of this guy. And one day, they haven't announced it yet, but I know it's coming. Lastly, I talked about this in my news, but I am going to throw this out there. If you're wanting a Royal Guard, hit your Walmarts and check it out. My son got me one at a Walmart, and while he was out and about, and he's thinking about old dad. Dear old dad. Those are good kids, let me tell you. The last thing I want to touch on here is release date. Release date for these, we don't know. We don't know pre-order date. We don't know order date. We just see the renders that look great. This is a nice looking set of figures, which I'm probably in on all of them, to be honest. Definitely going to be in on the Destro. Definitely going to be in on Wild Bill. But I can sit here and say I'm not going to be in on the rest, but when I see them hanging in Target or something, I'm going to definitely want to pick them up. So with that, I don't know when this is going to come out. I don't know if 60 is the correct price for the Despoiler and the Destro, and I don't know if they'll offer them separately either, so that's something that they didn't say. It's always Destro and Despoiler, so probably going to be a set and no way to get them separate to split it up. But anyhow, what do you guys think about these reveals? Was anything that I had to say helpful? I like to know. Did you enjoy my commentary on these? Because I kind of feel like there's not as much news about G.I. Joe Classified as there used to be, and that's okay. It's slowing down a little bit. It's saving us in the wallets, and I'm fine with that. But let me know in the comments. So like, subscribe. Hanger out.